lovely mixed bag of stuff that I wore this week. Some of which I was testing out and some of which I was just, loving. A few repeats, but a couple of absolute corkers this week. So I started off with this. I've got this little miniature, I think this is a 15 ml of Britney Spears Fantasy. And the thing is, from the bottle, I really like the smell of this perfume. It does smell like a cupcake with frosting, topped with some slices of tart kiwi fruit. And I really like that. However, I just have to accept that most fantasies smell quite dreadful on me. I don't know what it is. There's something about pretty much all of these perfumes that don't work for me. The only one I can wear is Midnight Fantasy. And even then, that goes a bit shampooey on me in a way that I'm like, I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it, But I don't want to get rid of that one because it kind of serves a blueberry muffin purpose for me, which I really enjoy when I'm in the mood. But every single other fantasy that I've ever tried on my skin, they just smell cheap and plasticky, and they all have that slight antiseptic. There's something sharp about them while being sickeningly sweet. And they just don't work on me, and it's such a bummer because I actually quite like this one. So what I'm thinking I might do is I might try the Larive dupe of this just to see if it reacts differently with my skin and whether I can get that kind of cupcakey smell without getting all the kind of, baggage that I get whenever I try to wear a fantasy perfume. So the notes in this are top notes of kiwi, red lychee, quince, middle notes of white chocolate, cupcake, orchid and jasmine, musk, orris root and woodsy notes in the base. I do think I get a decent amount of the jasmine in this, which probably isn't helping the situation. So I might, just because it's cheap, I might just try. I think it's called something Secret and it's in a pink bottle. So I might give the Larive one a go just to see, if it works better for me. But anyway, I wore that on Saturday morning because I was testing it out to see if I wanted to keep it or not. And I'm just getting rid of pretty much, like I said, every single Britney Spears fantasy that I've ever bought. I'm putting them up for sale or getting rid of them because they just don't work for me. The only one I'm keeping is Midnight Fantasy. So then for the rest of the day after I had my shower, I did have to wash that off. It smells dreadful on me. It really does. It's such a shame. Oh, my all-time love, my all-time favourite. I chose this as my favourite perfume of all time. I think that's probably fair. This is Skin Musk by Parfums de Coeur. Really simple, beautiful, kind of bar soapy style, very comforting musk. It's about tenner. You have to get it from the USA, but you can get it from Fragrance X normally. The cologne version of this, definitely not as good, but the Skin Musk oil, oh my god, heaven. And you can just put it on, it lasts all day, and I love wearing it to bed, so I just literally wore it all day. I probably topped it up a bit in the evening. I can't really remember, but I might have done just because I like it to be quite strong. But this is one that does last. If you put it on before you go to bed, you'll still be able to smell it on you in the morning. It's subtle, but it's gorgeous. And then the only notes they give for this are musk, sandalwood and floral notes. And it does have a lot of sandalwood, but it's got, I don't know, it's just very gentle florals. I wouldn't really know what to pick out. It's just my favourite musk. It's just so delicious. It's really hard to describe it, but it's lovely. So I wore that for the rest of Saturday. And then I'll line things up in a sensible way at some point. Oh, I've got really tricky things to put on here. Oh no, okay. So Sunday, I was talking about this as it's my least favourite bottle. It does get on my nerves. So this is 212 by Carolina Herrera, and this is I went full soapy actually this week. This is my bar soap perfume in terms of this smells to me like a white bar soap. Let me just, I'm always trying to pull off the wrong end. Yeah. Now, because I used to have Pure by Alfred Sung, and I got rid of that one because I'm pretty sure that's a dupe of this because it came out the year after and it smells so similar but slightly more tangy. But this is a really pure, perfect white t-shirt kind of smell. You're just going to smell soapy and clean and pretty. And I wouldn't really know what to pull out of the notes here. So the notes are orange blossom, cactus flower, bergamot, and mandarin orange in the top. Middle notes of lily, freesia, gardenia, jasmine, white camellia, I'm not sure about that one. Lily of the Valley, rose, peony, base notes, musk and sandalwood. And it just has a beautiful, clean, bar soapy, creamy, kind of, you know, your skin but better kind of a smell. It's very pretty. It lasts for quite a long time because this is a 90s perfume, hence all of those notes. But it smells simple and clean and soapy and not shampooey. It's not harsh. It's a real creamy kind of smell. So that's 212. You going to stay? Yep. So I wore that all day, and then I actually had a shower in the evening. And then I tried this guy. So this is Crystal Noir Eau de Toilette. I have heard so many people talking about this. I thought it was about time I tried it. Now, the notes on Fragrantica are exactly the same notes as for the Eau de Parfum, except without the coconut, right, for this. But that is not at all the notes that are on the actual sample. So I will tell you what it says on Fragrantica, because what I've learned about Versace Crystal Noir is people really argue about this perfume in a way that's slightly insane to me. So this is top notes of ginger, pepper, cardamom, middle notes gardenia, peony, orange blossom, base notes sandalwood, musk and amber. And that's exactly the notes they've got for the EDP, but the EDP also has coconut in it. However, as you can see, that is not the notes that the actual Versace have for their Crystal Noir Eau de Toilette. So the notes on this are top notes of black currant, black fig, violet, heart of tuberose, frangipani and jasmine, dry down of sandalwood, cashmere and vanilla pod and heliotropine. Now this doesn't smell anything like I expected it to from the actual, from everyone I've seen talk about it. However, I really like it. So this, I think, makes sense for how it smells. I can smell fig. I can smell a bit of violet. I definitely get some tuberose, definitely sandalwood and vanilla. And overall, I think this just smells like a bar soap. I think this smells, it actually really reminds me of a fig, I think it's called Figs and Leaves bar soap from Lush that we have. I'm literally using it at the moment. It's got a lovely, deep, kind of dark fig in it. However, it's got such a white, creamy bar soap. I feel like this bottle should be like a pastel colour, because there's nothing kind of noir about this except for the fact that it's actually very strong. So what I liked this a lot, and did it make me feel sexy? I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to think that soapy perfumes are a bit sexy, just because like it seems like everyone says that they're sexy, and I didn't ever think they were sexy, but maybe they are. I would say this also smells a bit musky. Doesn't list musk, but it definitely has a bit of it has that bar soap musk that I like. That's probably why I like it. And it's very, very pretty. And I will tell you now, I already have actually the EDP, and it's supposed to be arriving today whenever Royal Mail wants to turn up. It's Saturday when I'm making this, and I've ordered the EDT because I wanted to do a proper comparison video, because I've seen a couple of comparison videos, some where they say they smell exactly the same. I think Amy Glam's got a really good one. I'll link to some of the ones that I like, but there aren't many. And the people that I've seen do them, I am absolute fans of, but at the same time, I don't necessarily have the same taste. So I wanted to do my own little review. I've smelt the EDP now, and I will do a proper review when the other one comes. And they don't smell like the same perfume. They do have almost exactly the same dry down, but the top notes and the way it just generally smells, I think, is quite different. And this one, I really, really digging this. And I just wanted to mention that I'd ordered them because they're both on Black Friday deals. So I wouldn't normally, you know me, I don't like to spend, if I'm spending 30 quid on something, I've really got to think about it. You can get a 50ml bottle of the EDP from the perfume shop, I think it is at the moment, in their Black Friday deal for, I think I just ordered it for £27. And it was free delivery in the UK, so that's the one that's turning up today. I got the EDP, and it's 30ml from the Tino. That came really quickly as well, and that is, I think it's 35, but they've got a really good deal, and it was 20% off, so I think it was almost £30. So and I knew I'd be able to sell it, because the reason I've had to buy them new is because I can't really find them on eBay for like a good price. And also, to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to get, because there's so many reformulations that people talk about, and the actual Versace site, the website, lists the same notes for this EDT as they do for the EDP, but without the coconut. So the ones that are on Fragrantica are the same notes that are on the Versace website. However, the actual Versace thing here has these notes. So it's absolutely ridiculous knowing where to get them from. I got the EDT, and I specifically was happy to buy it from the perfume shop. I think that's right. I'll put a link if I can find if they're still available, because they listed these notes, and this is the one that I wanted. I wanted this perfume because I actually genuinely like it, and I know I'll wear it. It's just lovely and soapy. It's actually not a million miles away from 212. It's very similar, in fact. It's just got that fig note, so it's got like a slightly more fruity vibe to it. Yeah, they're really similar. But it's darker and a bit stronger, you know. It's almost like, this is why I wore them together, right? This was like my daytime one, this was my evening. So I ordered it from there because I didn't really want to risk getting something that's not the same as this actual sample. What's this got a date on it? I don't know how they do these samples. I don't know if they have the same kind of rules as to like how young stroke old these samples are allowed to be. It smells pretty good to me. Let me just see if I can tell. Made in Italy. Doesn't really say much else about it. It hasn't got any dates on it that I can see. But yeah, I really like it. Is it sexy? I didn't really feel sexy in it, but again, apparently men love this, so yeah, very interesting. Anyway, I've been talking for ages. I will update you, I promise, with when that arrives. Oh no, I've ruined it. That can go there. Next. So, where are we? We're on to Monday. Excuse me. I won't have to talk much about this. I wear it basically every fortnight because I'm obsessed. Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. This is just quince and pink pepper and top notes. Middle notes honeysuckle, peony, wisteria. Base notes tonka bean, sandalwood, musk and olibanum. It is tonka bean and sandalwood and honeysuckle and musk, and then I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'm sure that there's quince involved somewhere, but it's just a tonka bean sandalwood heaven. That's what that is. It's just one of my most comforting and delicious perfumes. Truly, truly is. So I wore that Monday. No messing, no fussing. And god damn, I forget how sweet this is, but I think this is my sweetest perfume. This is Vera, Wang, Embrace, Periwinkle and Iris. I wore this on Tuesday because I washed my hair, and I washed it again with my Daddy-O shampoo from Lush, and I used the Candy Rain conditioner, and those two together basically make me smell like Parma Violet Sweets. So I do tend to try and go for something that's a little bit violety after I've used that particular shampoo. Now, this has actual sugar in it, which is why it's so sweet. And what I'd say about this, hang on, let me give you the notes. Top notes, bergamot and mandarin orange. Middle notes, iris, violet, periwinkle and jasmine. Base notes, whipped cream, sugar, vanilla and benzoin. So you can see from those base notes, incredibly sweet. I'm pretty sure this is the sweetest thing that I own. In colder weather, definitely I get more of the violet. In warmer weather, which, to be honest, I don't wear this in warmer weather, but when I've tried it and gone, oh, I can't wear that in warm weather, it's too sweet, the iris comes out a bit more, but you definitely get that sort of powdery iris going on. But the violet is definitely there, and you definitely get a little hint of mandarin orange, at least at first, and then the more it dries down, it's like creamy and sugary and slightly... It reminds me very much of Violet Taps, the little like fondant violet sweets. So it's just so intensely sugary, this one. So it's really fun to wear it, but I have to be in the mood. And what I'd say about it is that, like, if you compare it to Cloud, it's not got the quite as intense sugary, but this is the closest to Cloud in terms of how unbelievably sugary sweet it is. Because I find Cloud, and I don't think my review's gone up yet, but it will be coming up at some point. Cloud to me is just, it dries down to literally smell like granulated sugar on me and nothing else. It's so sweet, like absolutely unbearably sweet. I found that one. This is like 2 steps back from that. This is so sweet. But if you like Cloud, you would not struggle with this at all. If, like me, you have to be in the mood for sweet perfumes, this is very, very sweet, so be careful. Totally safe blind buy if you like sweet, sugary stuff. If you don't, but you want something creamy and sweet, then I would suggest getting the Embrace. My brain's gone. Oh, the lavender and tuberose one, because that one is, it's a little bit like this one. They kind of, you can tell they're in the same family, but it's not as sugary as this. But they're both really comforting, really pretty. So yeah, so that's Periwinkle and Iris by Vera Wang from the Embrace range. And then Wednesday, ooh, a new one. Here it is, Lovely Lights by Sarah Jessica Parker. Now, I didn't hear any fanfare about this, but this came out this year. I don't know, it hasn't got an actual date on Fragrantica from when it was released, but I kept it in the box just to show you the box, because I think it's a cute box. Apparently she was doing something on Broadway, and this came out kind of in conjunction with that. Now, it's a very cute little bottle. Now, I got this, I think I might have got this from Look Incredible. Again, make sure you Google it, check Look Incredible, because I got 30 mils for like $8.99. And then I bought, that's when I bought the Passion one, the Revolution one that's a dupe for Tom Ford's or Black Orchid, because I needed to get it over like a tenner, I think, to get free delivery. So Lovely Lights, as you can see, it's not my favourite bottle, but I love the lid. It's like a little Christmas bauble. This bit here, that can come off. So, I mean, the chances are that I'm just going to keep it like that because I think it looks much nicer. But just for for my review, I'll put that back on. Although maybe I can just pull off that. I think it's something to do with Broadway and the outfits is why this has got this little this weird tie thing on. I might be able to just pull that bit off. We'll see. But anyway, so Lovely Lights. Let's keep it askew. Lovely Lights is actually so pretty. I really like it, and I'm really glad that I tried this one. So the notes in this are top notes of honeysuckle, neroli and mandarin orange, middle notes of gardenia, jasmine and cashmere, base notes of musk, amber and sandalwood. Now this is really, I find this hard to describe because it's floral, but it's creamy. It's a really creamy, clean floral, and it's sweet, properly sweet from that honeysuckle. She uses honeysuckle a lot, and I like how she uses honeysuckle a lot because it is such a sweet flower that you don't need to put a ton of like vanilla or sugar or caramel or things into the perfumes to give it a sweetness. You know, it takes that horrible sharp edge that you get with a lot of white florals. And I think this is lovely. What I will say, which was interesting, because last week I tried Dolce Garden, and this, in a weird way, reminds me a little bit of Dolce Garden. It's like, it shares some of the same notes. Sorry, it's like it's got neroli in it. That one, I can't remember if it's got jasmine and gardenia, but it's and it's got mandarin orange, so it's got some of the same notes. But I found Garden very sickly, and I was talking to some of my viewers down in the comments, and a couple of people said they also found it really sickly, or it made them feel a bit nauseous. You know, they didn't get on with Dolce Garden. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, you know what it is? There's something about it that reminds me of like a sweet, sugary yogurt coating, like the kind of yogurt coating you get on like raisins and things like that. So it's intensely sweet, but it has like a weird yogurty sourness to it that with the flowers just made me feel sick. This is like, it's got that kind of creaminess to it, but without the sickly sourness. it's just, I find it really pretty, and the reviews for this are a bit all over the place. Some people like me are like, oh, this is a lovely creamy floral, creamy musky floral, really easy to wear, super easy reach. I thought it was a beautiful skin scent, but it's definitely noticeable. Like, I mean, if you go ham with it, this is actually going to be quite strong, this one, compared to some of the other lovelies. But I just think this is really pretty and easy to wear. And other people are like, oh, it's boring, but I think I've smelt so many white florals, and I'm really, really fussy about white florals. I so often don't like them. I find them really sharp. I think they often smell like cleaning products or like air fresheners. I just don't like them. When they're sweet, they're often too sweet, or they've got so much vanilla with them, or they've got like, you know, like weird coconut yogurt type smell, like with Dolce Garden, which just totally throws me. This one was super easy to wear, and again, like I've said before, the Sarah Jessica Parker musks work really well on me, so they just obviously go with my skin. But I thought this was delicious. I'm really glad to have it, and yeah, I've just added it to my many Sarah Jessica Parker perfumes because I think it's great. So yeah, absolute bargain right now if you want to try it, and you live in the UK, you can get it. I think it was Look Incredible. Or was it Feel Incredible? Again, I'm going to have to link some of these things that I've bought recently down underneath. And then I've got to move around because it's a different part of my... Here we go. Okay. So, I haven't talked about this one before. This is going to be another long video. This is Confetti from Lush. You can see it's got this kind of greeny colour to it, which gives a good idea that this is a kind of green violet smell. So Confetti, it's called Confetti because apparently when the perfumer was making it, the people at Lush thought it smelled like, well, drageie, so sugared almonds that you get at weddings. And I will tell you, that's exactly what the dry down of this perfume smells like, but it takes a long time to get there. So I was wearing violety stuff. This just went really well because I had like violet in my hair, but this was a lovely kind of creamy floral that went well with that smell. And then I amped up the violet again on, was this Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, with this. So it's such an interesting journey with this perfume. I think Confetti is one of the nicest perfumes that Lush does. As I said, like I smelled Shade recently and I really loved that one. That was much more gentle. This is a bit more of a beast. It's still not like crazy, but it's noticeable. This is not a skin scent until it's dried right down. So Confetti, the notes in this are listed as violet leaf, rose oil, coffee, pear and sandalwood. And I would say it's a very green violet smell at first. And it's, as is typical of Lush, it has a very natural kind of essential oil kind of violet smell. You know, it doesn't smell like a fake violet. It smells like actual green, fresh violets. But it also has, and it's a very black coffee smell to me. And it's green, it's floral, but it has a bitter edge because of that coffee. But I really recognise it as coffee. It's like a freshly brewed, like cafetiere kind of black coffee, you know, that kind of vibe. But it's not like horrifically strong or anything. And then you start getting a bit of the pear coming in, and you've definitely got creaminess from the sandalwood, but it gets sweeter as it dries down. And then you start getting this kind of sugared almond smell coming in, and the more it dries down, the more it turns into sugared almond. And by the time you get to the very deep dry down, it properly smells like sugared almonds. You know, the almonds that are literally in the kind of little the hard icing shell that you get at weddings, the drageie, with just like a whisper of violet still there. And by that point it does smell a bit more Palmer violet-y. Now they've got one called Curbside Violet, which is just green violet the whole way through, whereas this one, when I smelt it, I was like, oh okay, this is properly a sweet violet when it starts to dry down, but it's more interesting than that. I really like this perfume. I think it's one of their best. Annoyingly though, at the moment you can only get it in 100ml, so this is definitely one that's, it's so pretty. It's definitely a sweeter violet than Curbside Violet, right from the very off. It does have, like, from far away, you do get that kind of Palmer Violet-y smell. Like, as in the sweet, not the actual plant. But when you spray it, you've got that black coffee. There's definitely sandalwood. Oh, it's really pretty. Annoyingly, like I said, you can only get 100ml of this at the moment if you get it from Lush. So definitely worth looking on eBay. And actually, it's generally worth looking on eBay for Lush perfumes, because sometimes, I mean, I think this one, if you get 100ml, is like £80. This is just a little one, and I bought this from someone from eBay, and I'm assuming, because it's a 15ml, I'm assuming this was part of like a set at some point. It was, made in 2020, so I imagine, I don't think they ever really sell 15. They should do, though. Lush should definitely sell 15ml, because their perfumes, a lot of them are quite strong, and unless you're going to wear them every day, and I wouldn't wear this every day, but there's something very beautiful about this. I really enjoyed wearing it. I only had to apply it again at the end of the day, but I was quite gentle with it. This has got quite a gentle little sprayer on this one, so I didn't go ham with it because I was going to work, so I wasn't going to like make it super strong. Anyway, so that was Thursday. Love it. And then Friday, just went for an old classic. Again, I've been in a real soapy mood. Cerutti 1881. So this perfume is an absolute classic banger. You can see it's taking me a really long time to make. I have actually got a dent in it, but because of the shape of the bottle, like, it's taking a long time to kind of work down it. It's got this gorgeous frosted pinky nude colour. Is exactly what this smells like. It's like a pinky nude perfume. So yeah, I mean, I feel like, there's quite a few soapy, kind of bar soapy smells going on this week. I was obviously in a comfort, like, I want some comfort mood. So the notes in this, let me just get them up. There's quite a few, because again, this is a 90s perfume. 90s or early 2000s. I think it's late 90s. So the notes in this, okay, you ready? Buckle up. Top notes: mimosa, iris, rose, freesia, violet, lily of the valley, jasmine and bergamot. Middle notes: chamomile, iris, narcissus, geranium, galbanum, coriander, jasmine, Brazilian rosewood, orange blossom, tuberose. Base notes: musk, sandalwood, cedar, amber and vanilla. And this is like a floral bouquet sweet bar soap. It's really soothing because of the chamomile. I feel like I notice the chamomile a lot, and it makes me feel so calm. It's very sandalwoody. It's extremely musky, this one. It's like a floral musk, and it's that soapy bar soap kind of musk that I love. And then you can definitely recognise vanilla in the bottom of this, because it gets really sweet. This is a perfume that you cannot appreciate on card. You cannot appreciate it from the nozzle, and you cannot appreciate it from the box. It's just definitely one that is designed to warm up on your skin. It smells so incredible once it starts to heat up and meld with your skin chemistry. I'm sure there's a few people who don't get on with it, because that is a skin chemistry thing, right? Probably. There'll be people who put it on and it never develops into something that is beautiful. But for me, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh, yes, okay. And this is a tester bottle. I still can't find a lid that fits it. But I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's nothing, I'm not like crazy for it. I'm not mad about it. And then it just blossomed when I put it on my skin. It got more and more beautiful. Weirdly, again, like, maybe I've proved myself wrong, this makes me feel a bit sexy, but I think it's because it makes me feel silky. That's the word I'm looking for. It makes me feel silky, this perfume. And, maybe that's what people get from Crystal Noir, because it is a very soapy, silky perfume. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's less about, like, feeling sexy in terms of, like, I feel like a vixen or whatever, and maybe it's more of I just feel silky, and like I'd be all soft and smooth and I'd be nice to touch, maybe that's it. And that's how I feel about this. And some people describe this as like an old lady perfume, but I don't think this is an old lady perfume at all. I think that this is a beautiful floral musk, and I think it's one of the most comforting. I think this one next to Skin Musk are kind of my comfort blanket kind of perfumes. Although, to be honest, Stash from SJP has become like a bit of a comfort blanket. There's something about like a beautiful sweet sandalwood that I just find so appealing. If you don't like sandalwood, you probably won't like this one. You probably won't like this one. You won't like that one, maybe. But me, I love a sandalwood that isn't like massively woody, if you see what I mean. I love that kind of powdery creaminess, and this is just an absolute beaut. So yeah, I wore that one all day, and then I had a really, really hot shower because I've had a long and stressful, busy week, and I just really, really just needed a long shower. I always have to clean this bottle because I'll tell you what, it leaks so badly. Even though I stand it up, I don't really understand it. After my shower, so because in my shower I used what's it called? I used a Lush shower gel that came out to celebrate Eid this year, I think it was, first time it had been out, and it's called Sticky Dates. And Sticky Dates smells honestly exactly like a sticky toffee pudding. It is absolutely scrumptious. I hope they make it permanent. And in fact, even though it's unbelievably sweet, what I really hope is that they might consider making a body spray of it, because I want a perfume that smells like toffee, like full on toffee. And I just was like, I always come out of a shower after using Sticky Dates and think, oh, I haven't got any perfumes that smell like a sticky toffee pudding. And I've never really heard about anything that smells like a sticky toffee pudding. There is a Demeter perfume, but you can't get that in the UK. So what I've been putting on instead, which is just constantly leaking, it's so annoying, is chocolate musk. Now this is the Nuaim chocolate musk. I do have some of this in a rollerball, and that's what I use. But just so you can see what the actual bottle looks like, this is Nuaim chocolate musk, and this smells to me like a Rolo dessert, like caramel chocolate. I do not like Al Rahab Choco Musk. I think that one just smells like vanilla, and it smells like a pink sugar style vanilla, and I hate that kind of vanilla. Whereas this one is caramelly. It's a bit UHT. It doesn't smell very natural, but I really, really enjoy it. The bottle is rubbish. If you can get this, and you normally have to get it from like you can't get it in the UK normally. There's not many UK sellers, but eBay or Amazon is the place to look for it. So this one, I would say, I haven't tried the spray of it. I've only seen one person a couple of people talk about the spray. So Sarah Mays really didn't like it, but she loves Choco Musk, so this might just not be her kind of smell. And I've seen Ruth Ann McKinnon. She says that the spray and the oil smell pretty much the same. But I haven't smelled. I don't know what the spray smells like, so I can't comment on that. I just really like this, and I really like it for bedtime sometimes. And my husband, I had it on last night, and my husband absolutely loved it. He just couldn't stop sniffing me. So the notes in this is not on Fragrantica, annoyingly, but if I find it on anabus.com, like, so that they sell like Middle Eastern perfumes. So it is. Oh no, where's it gone? There we go. Cocoa, chocolate, caramel, musk, orange flower, vanilla, and ylang ylang. So it's very creamy. They've described it as a vanilla chocolate mousse with chocolate like praline and toffee accords, and it's just absolutely that. It's just so yummy. But yeah, unfortunately, once you've opened it comes with a rollerball you can put in it, but then you can't put the lid on it properly. So I took that rollerball out, which I'm now hideously regretting, because it just goes everywhere. So I might still have it, and I might have to still put it in, and just, I'm not sure what the lesser of two evils is, to have it leaking constantly or to not be able to quite do the lid up. Anyway, it's lovely. It's really comforting, but it does. Yeah, it's got like a proper child's chocolatey caramel smell to it, and it's probably more caramel than chocolate, really. It probably should be called caramel musk, but it's not like a sharp caramel. It's not like a harsh caramel. It's more toffee-ish, really. It's got that kind of creamy, sweet toffee vibe to it, rather than, it's not like a burnt sugar smell at all. It's definitely more creamy. It's like there's a huge glug of cream put into it. So yeah, I just really like it. I had a really fun week of really yummy things, and that is just topped it off really nicely. Wore that to bed last night. Yeah, I think that's everything this week. Very soapy week, it seems. So next week, more things to come. I will absolutely update you on what happens with these guys. So when the EDT arrives, I'm really hoping it's just going to smell exactly like this particular sample that I've got, and then I can talk about the EDP because I actually have that one, and I will make a video, and as soon as I can I will put that up because it's so unnecessarily confusing what's going on with that perfume. But if you like soapy perfumes, if you like kind of bar soapy perfumes, then I do think that Crystal Noir EDT is a very, very pretty perfume. I think it's like, and it's really quite strong. Like if you go ham with that, you're going to choke out everyone. You don't need much of it. So if you can get it for like, basically I'd say if you can get it for under 40 quid for like 50 ml of the EDT, it's an absolute bargain. I think it's going to last you forever because it is strong. But anyway, like I said, I'll stop talking about it now because I will make a video about it. But I hope everyone else had a lovely week, and I shall speak to you next week.